Welcome to the Real Facts on Real Estate podcast, presented by Sean Patrick Maloney. In this series, we educate real estate agents on how to find success in the industry and grow their wealth to six-figure commissions and beyond. Now here is your host, Sean Maloney.
Welcome to episode 257, Licensing Requirement for Brokering Businesses. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Maloney. Thanks for joining me this week. Guys, I know this is Real Facts on Real Estate and we talk real estate all the time. I know this is the things we go over. Lots of agents out there are finding that inventory has been really low and business inventory seems to be picking up. What do I mean by it? Well, we have a baby boomer generation that's retiring and looking to sell businesses. And we also have that same baby boomer generation retiring to homes for longer than we thought they were going to, which leading to lack of inventory. So time to talk about it. If you guys haven't already done so, make sure to pound the subscribe button. Also, check us out on realfactsandrealestate.com. Without further ado, let's get started. In Massachusetts, there's no formal business brokering license. When you're selling real estate, you need the license of the real estate agent. But when it comes to selling a business, you don't need a license. There is no licensing requirement as long as it's not going to include real estate. But that said, oftentimes there's leasing or sale of real estate, which leads to the need for the real estate agent's license, also known here in Massachusetts as the Massachusetts Real Estate Salesperson's License. So at minimum, you need to be working under a broker if you're going to be selling the property or you're going to be leasing the property to the candidate after, in helping your client who is maybe the owner or maybe just a renter, but you're still facilitating a lease. You do need to have that real estate license. So when selling a business that includes the real estate, you need the real estate license. When selling a business that's just by itself, you don't need the license unless you're working in securities, and the other one, like I said, was real estate. Now, while there's no licensing requirements, one of the things you want to remember as a real estate agent is it's going to take a lot more work to sell a business. It's going to take a lot longer. There's going to be a lot more due diligence period. There's a lot more possibility of the deal falling apart. Therefore, the whole structuring of commissions, the whole structuring of working with the client is totally different. One of the most important things you want to do if you're going to be business brokering is getting together a great network of people. Because when it comes down to the non-license requirement, that's true, but we still owe the client confidentiality. We still owe the client being a fiduciary for them. So we really need to make sure we put together a great network of people such as accountants, bookkeepers, maybe other businesses that can help them out, attorneys, brokers, maybe commercial real estate brokers, whatever it is that we put together for a network. Really important we do so because that's how we're going to add value to them as a business broker and really help them ultimately sell the business. When you're working as a business broker, a lot of times you're going to meet with businesses very similar to when you meet with a home seller that needs to do some work, right? We, as a real estate agent, we meet with a home seller and we say to them, oh, I need you to paint this or fix this or change that. Well, a lot of times when we meet as a business broker with businesses, we need them to change things. We need them to change the way they're doing their taxes. We need them to change the way that they represent themselves as a business, the cleanliness of the restaurant, the foods they're offering, making sure they're taking care of everything. Not easy topics, right? But it's very similar to working in real estate where when said correctly, we're trying to help them gain the best benefit for what they've put in. Now, a lot of agents out there are jumping into business brokering without understanding business. I would highly recommend you get a good understanding for business as a whole before you jump in because it's very characteristic, I should say, maybe, of real estate agents to be very judgmental. You know, they say things like, is this bedroom going to be too small? Or aren't we too close to the highway for somebody? Or maybe the high tension wires, you wouldn't like it. Or I can't believe they painted it this color. In business brokering, it's really understanding that each and every individual can see an investment as something different. And when one guy looks at it and says it's not profitable, the next guy might look at it and say it's not profitable because, and I'm going to change this, that, and the other thing. And that's what makes it worth me buying this business. I'm not going to offer full price, but I'm going to offer different. Understanding that is helping everyone understand the transition. So we really have to have a good core understanding of how businesses work, even though no licensing requirements, really understanding what it is we're trying to sell, which oftentimes comes down to those of us that were in the trenches and have done it before, own small businesses and stuff. We really tend to understand each other better because When you work for a big business, there's always someone to come pick up your mess. There's always someone to lock the door if it's forgotten. There's always somebody to check in, and there's always kind of a structure. With small business, it's complete chaos unless it's planned, and it's always planned chaos because, truthfully speaking, as a small business, you're usually understaffed, underfunded, and overworked because you're trying to fill a whole bunch of roles that don't exactly fit in your platform. So being a business owner, you understand that, and you're a little less judgmental as a business broker in making very expensive assumptions of the business. Guys, helping businesses sell is a very important thing for many people. With the baby boomer generation here, we have a huge opportunity. That said, don't jump into something you don't know just because inventory is low. Put double the energy into the same thing you were doing before, and you're going to see double the results of the same thing you were seeing before. Keep working with that type of attitude and you'll succeed in any market. Inventory is short right now, but who knows when it'll change. And when it'll change, we'll be all wishing it was the other way again on the other side. Real estate's a very interesting market. Up, down, left, right, you never know what's coming next. Same as business brokering. Just remember, if you get into business brokering, don't spend your check till it comes, because I'll tell you, the due diligence period can be killer in business brokering. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to pound the subscribe button, and I look forward to talking to you next week.